At the end of Season 3, we saw a passing of the torch. Master Fu ended his long vigil as Guardian of the Miraculouses and handed off the responsibility to Marinette, losing his memories in the process and walking off into the sunset with his new girlfriend. Previously in the same season, it was revealed that Fu was the last living member of the Order of the Guardians, and had accidentally unleashed a senti monster on the Guardians' temple, destroying the temple, the monks, and numerous other Miraculouses. At the end of the episode Feast, however, all of this was reversed and the Order was restored. And this plot point opens up a world of future opportunities for the show, chief amongst these being the introduction of the Order to the Ladybug and Cat Noir vs Hawkmoth story arc. There are a number of reasons why I think that the Guardians need to make an appearance of some kind in the coming seasons, and they largely revolve around either filling plot holes or inconsistencies or streamlining the story and helping build up different character arcs. So, in no particular order, here are my reasons why the Order of the Guardians need to make a more substantial appearance in the coming seasons. 1. The Order was brought back from being extinct. This is by far the most basic reason as to why they need to make an appearance. Throughout the first 3 seasons, we've seen hints and clues about the Order's existence, and then had an episode dedicated to Fu's guilt about the fate of the Order, which in the end resulted in the Order, Temple, and monks being restored from the stomach of a senti monster. Why bother bringing them back if we're never going to see them or utilise them ever? It would just be a waste of story potential. And this leads into reason number 2. They have plot relevance. It wouldn't make sense from a plot point of view if they just randomly stay in Tibet after being brought back. I mean, look at it from this point of view. You're the head monk at the temple. You've assigned a young novice to watch the most powerful Miraculouses the Order has, and then suddenly a huge blue monster's rampaging through your temple, killing everybody and destroying everything. And then, you're awake again. Everything's back to normal except the box that had the Ladybug and Cat Miraculouses is gone. Eventually you hear about various animal-themed costumed heroes in Paris fighting against various villains. Your heart sinks as you realise that Fu must have lost the butterfly and the peacock Miraculouses, and now they're being used for evil. You might even hear about heroes battling out in Shanghai. You realise that these heroes need a proper mentor, because obviously Fu isn't doing a great job, so you decide to send a representative to help them out. And this leads into point 3. The heroes are not ready to not have a mentor. At the end of Season 3, we farewelled the character of Master Fu, who got memory wiped and went on his way. This leaves a big hole in the mentor role that needs to be filled because both of the main protagonists need guidance in one way or another. We'll start with the obvious, Cat Noir. I think one of the biggest complaints regarding his character is that as a hero, he can never really measure up to Ladybug in either skill or prominence. A lot of that, in my opinion, has to do with the fact that Marinette was essentially trained specifically by Fu to take over as Guardian of the Box, and so she benefited directly from his mentorship as opposed to Adrian. On top of that, Marinette has the more mature and thoughtful Kwame and Tiki, whereas Plagg is more comic relief and less likely to impart much wisdom or advice beyond the occasional tidbit. I think a one-off episode where a Guardian spends some one-on-one time with Cat Noir to properly show him the ropes and teach him how to measure up to Ladybug would be an interesting story arc and really push his character to the next level. And for Marinette, some interactions with actual Guardians might help to just neatly tie a bow around her storyline. They can legitimize her and give her a nice thumbs up considering how skilled she is in her role. And this leaves me with the final reason why I think the Guardians need to show up sooner rather than later. They need to be involved in the ending of the Hawkmoth arc. I think it's pretty clear that sooner or later Hawkmoth's going to get his hands on the big two, get his long-awaited wish and cause doomsday or something else bad. After what will be 5 seasons worth of Hawkmoth fails, if he doesn't get the wish, what's the point of the show? So, that being said, he gets his wish and it all goes badly and the heroes need to fix it all. But how? This is their worst case scenario. Are they expected to be able to fix it all on their own? In the end, they're just teenagers that have had the Miraculouses for a few years at best. How are they supposed to fix a reality-altering wish? To me, it would make the most sense for the Guardians to play a role in helping them undo what's happened. Whether they straight up tell them how, or they give them a spellbook that has all the juicy details, or whatever. I think this way you can get around the heroes looking like unstoppable super geniuses, while also having them come out on top. And if you introduce the Guardians early enough, it won't look like a last-minute ex machina. So, what do you guys think? Do you think the Order of the Guardians have a role to play going forward, or do you want to see the heroes go it alone instead? Maybe you want to see the Order explored in a one-off special or something. Let me know.